So while Peter Parker is busy playing Star Wars and fighting intergalactic warlord in deep space, things back on Earth aren't just bad, they are catastrophic. We are jumping straight into the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 20, and if you thought the space drama was intense, wait until you see what happened in the lobby of Oscorp. We open this issue with Aunt May standing tall against the cold bureaucracy of Oscorp, and honestly, she's not having it. She is there because Peter is missing. She is disbarred, and the receptionist make the fatal mistake of treatment May Parker like some random lady off the street. She basically asks if Norman is doing melt and whales now, and May, with the sharp tongue only a worried mother can have, snapped back, telling her to stow the attitude where the sun doesn't shine and get the Norman Osborn. But she never finished the sentence because suddenly, rumble! The wall floor's neck really crashes in. We cut to the source of that noise, deep in the basement, and we find Norman Osborn. And guys, he is not doing well. He described his hurt as a cave, usually dark and quiet, but right now, it's a chamber of scream. Norman is being absolutely crushed, squeezed between piles of metal and pure hatred. The Goblin Slayer have arrived, and as one of them screams the while crushing him, "The bill has come due, Osborn." Today, the Goblin Slayer take out pound of flesh. While Norman is getting thrown into paste, we cut to the guy pulling the strings. We are in a control room with Roderick Kingsley, the original Hobgoblin, and Alecto. And here's the most chilling part about Kingsley. For him, this isn't just revenge, it's a branding exercise. He is talking about the assault like he is reviewing a marketing campaign. But Alecto, she is hesitant. She warned him about the civilian, the collateral damage, and Kingsley, being the absolute sociopath that he is, shut that down immediately. He gave the speech about how he knows what the serum goblin is. He claimed he is the only one who beat the cancer of it. And then he dropped this line: "One cannot exercise a malignant tumor without discarding a few healthy cells in the process." To him, Norman is the tumor, Aunt May the receptionist, everyone in that lobby, they are just disposable cells. And as we see Norman falling through the floor, we realize Kingsley is willing to burn the whole building down just to make a point. And now let's take a quiet detour to see the fallout of the other plot lines. Over at the rent facility, remember Brian? The guys from the failed experiment. Yeah, he is being airlifted in a high-level Hamzat unit. It's bad. The medics say they have maybe 8 minutes. Dr. Mariana Osmani Milton is desperate to go with him to help figure out what he inhaled, but the Hamza team shot her out. She left on the tarmac frustrated, and she does the only thing she can think of. She called Peter Parker. She needs his science brain. She screamed into the phone, "Where are you, Peter?" And where does that call go? It goes to an empty coffee table in Peter's apartment. The phone is buzzing, display Dr. Ohm, and who is there to see it? Ben Reilly and Janin. Janin jokes, asking if Ben want to answer his sexy boss, but Ben, he is official down. He say, "The only lady I answer to is in this room." This is Ben Reilly quitting. He tells Janin he is done walking a mile in Peter's shoes. He say, "The only me I want to be is Ben Reilly." And as they leave, ignoring a call that could save a man's life, Ben decides to leave one final parting gift for Peter. He tells Janin he left the place spotless, except for the tuna I hid in the AC unit. Yeah, he left a rotting fish bone for Peter to find when he gets back for space. It's classic brother pranks, but man, the timing is tribal. Back at Oscorp, the fight has turned into a street trial. The pilots inside those Spider Slayer aren't randomers. They are victims. As they beat Norman down, they start screaming names. Darren, Margaret, Timothy. They are listing the people Norman killed in his past life. They tell him that playing Avenger or playing Goblin doesn't change the fact that he destroyed their lives. Norman tries to hold on. He literally repeats a mantra to himself. What would Peter do? He tries to cling to Spider-Man's morality, but the Slayers just scoff at him. They say, "Crocodile, don't think about the gazelle." And then someone saying the word weakness, and that word snaps something deep inside Norman's psyche. We get this horrific flashback to his childhood. We see Amberson Osborn, Norman's father, drowning a kitten in a pool while forcing young Norman to watch. His dad teaches him a brutal lesson: empathy will ruin you. He drills it into Norman's head that only family matter and everyone else can go to hell. Back in prison, Norman Max is turned. His face is a mess, and the Goblin persona, it breaks. A voice comes out of his mouth, but it sounds different. He say, "I'll take it for here." The question is, who is driving the bus now? Norman, or whatever is in control, stand up and face a hologram of Kingsley. Kingsley, looking smug, explained that he's collected all these ugly Pokemon of goblins to wipe them out. But then he drops the nuclear option. He tells Norman that he's not just here for him. He's target Normie and Stanley, Norman's grandkids. He wants to wipe the Norman's bloodline off the face of the earth. And that is a mistake. Even Alecto in the control room is like, "Whoa, hold on, kid, we didn't sign up for killing kids." The pilot of the Slayer start to hesitate too. They wanted justice, not to murder children. Alecto actually quit on the spot, telling Kingsley to rot in hell. Kingsley just laughed it off. But then the radar pings, "I'm coming!" And Kingsley, being the arrogant maniac he is, just smile and say, "Did someone forget to tell me it's my birthday? I keep getting parents." The ceiling crashes down and boom! The Spider Cavalry is here. We have got Miles Morales, Gwen, Shriek, Arana, and the new hero, Kintsugi. The land wreck in the middle of the chaos. Gwen called it a party. Arana had parties, you know the drill. Miles take chairs, ordering Kitsugi to secure the civilians, including Aunt May, who is trapped in the debris. But while the young heroes are fighting for their lives, the real battle is happening inside Norman's head. He's lying in a puddle of water from the broken fire suspension system, but he doesn't see the floor. He sees that pool from his childhood. He hears his father's voice droning out the battle. Empathy is weakness, only family matters. And finally, Norman Osborn is rises. He catches a giant metal fish with one hand and whispered, "Let them go!" He rips the machine apart like it's wet paper, but listen to his inner monologue. He is not thinking about justice. He thinks, "All I heard is screaming. The cave is my world." And as he stands over the wreckage, he calls that dark, violet place home. Norman has accepted the monster again to save his bloodline. In the control room, Kingsley's guns are panicking, but Kingsley just stay calm. He say, "Easy, we haven't played our ace yet." On the battlefield, Miles and Arana see Norman wrecking shop and their chair. Miles is like, "Thank you, I hope so. They think the Goblin is back to help them. They are wrong." Norman starts screaming, "Come into my house. Threaten my family. If you thought I was monster before, wait until I find you." He's gone feral. He is not fighting for the city. He is fighting like a wild animal protecting its den. Alma, being the sharpest person in the room, noticed it immediately. She asking Kitsugi, "Is that really Norm?" She knows that tone, but Kitsugi is too pushy, saving her to listen. And Kingsley, he smiles and gives the final order, deploying the reserves. And this led us to the heartbreaking final of this issue. Norman screams at the spider kids to get out. "Get out of here! Let me clean my own house." But Kitsugi, looking at this broken man, sees something else. In her vision, she sees the face of Peter Parker overlaid on Norman. She thinks just a boy with a shield and a heart. Norman realizes something crucial. These kids are strong, but they are panicking in the fog of war. Gwen Stacy is cornered. She's about to the crushed. Norman realizes they don't need a berserker. They don't need a monster. They need leadership. For 1 second, he stopped being the Goblin. He chose to be Spiderman. He lives not to kill but to shield. He slammed into the robot attacking Gwen, shouting, "Stay down!" And then, crack! Massive blade in place. Norman struck to chest. He took the hit meant for Gwen. Gwen, in total shock, stammers, "Thank you," and Norman, blood pouring from her mouth, simply replies, You are welcome, Gwen." The irony here is crushing. The man who is another life killed Gwen Stacy, just give life to save her variant. Gwen screamed, "No!" as Norman collapsed into her arms, and the shot goes out across the battlefield, Spider-Man down. And that is where we leave it. Norman Osborn has fallen, not as the Green Goblin, but as a Spider-Man. So the question is this the end of Norman's redemption arc? Is he actually dead? And what happened when the real Peter Parker comes back and finds out her missed all of this and has a tuna rotting in his AC? With that being said, guys, we are going to bring this to an end. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video.